Hey, pretty boy. What are you doing? You ready to go to a new campsite, buddy? We just loaded up on lots of yummy groceries, including some cat food for you, buddy. What is your name?
Jibs.
Jibs?
Yeah.
It's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, Malawi.
Yeah.
We haven't met anybody from Malawi yet.
No, you're the first.
A lot from Zim and Zam, but nobody from Malawi.
Oh, okay.
How's Malawi?
It's okay, but now I think there's election going on now.
Oh, so a little messy.
Yeah. Now we'll just give it time.
Yes.
Up.
Right, flame up.
Yeah.
In our last video, we teased that we were going somewhere fancy for our next campsite. Well, we're here. There's our van. And here's the super fancy part about this campsite. It has a wood fire heated hot tub. Now, they came and helped us get this thing started about an hour and a half ago. I just added some more wood down in there. Look at that. This thing is flaming. I just peeled back the cover for a second and stirred the water. It is good and hot. We're gonna have a little taco salad for lunch. I've got all the wood unpacked and here so we can reach it. So when we're soaking in this tub, we don't even have to get out to keep the fire going. And we're just off the coast of the Indian Ocean out there in the distance. Hundreds of little birds chirping all around us, surrounded by this bush and beautiful flowers of the garden route here in South Africa. Yeah, this is exactly what the doctor ordered to get Curt's back to 100%. Now, he was able to do that hike in the last video, so his back is definitely better. But it's not quite 100% yet. Now, it's a little chilly. We got the heater going in the van. Curt is in there. What you doing, Curty?
We got some chicken nachos. There you go, look at that.
So we're gonna stay inside for lunch, eat these chicken taco salads. Still a little cool outside to sit at the picnic table, but as soon as we finish lunch, we're headed out to the hot tub.
Beneath the shadows of this quiet town, I see you there, your feathers on the ground. Your eyes are heavy with the weight of the world. What's in a life you never could offer? Even if you never flown before, you can take a chance and try once more. Don't let your worries weigh you down, down, down. You can still take flight, although you're earthbound.
All right, y'all, there's fixing to be a party up in here. We are getting ready. And I'm fired up. We have already been in this hot tub, and this thing is like magic. It's wood fire, and you can see Snow was out here earlier stocking it up full of wood. She loves a hot tub, and you can see the fire's going right now, and I can assure you this thing will get as hot as we need it to go. And look, we got the van right here.
And we just had a zebra walk by, like right down the road, right by the van. A zebra. He wanted to come to the dinner party, but we told him no.
It was pretty cool, man. He just hung out by the van and looked at us, and we looked at him, and it was almost like he was here for photo ops. We got pictures and videos, and it was really cool. Snow's got the appetizer. What is it going to be? A
charcuterie board, some cheese, some meats, some fruits. Nothing fancy, but I think Curt's going to grill us up a steak. And I think the plan is just to slice it up in little finger pieces and kind of snack on some food tonight, I think. What do you think? Is that the plan?
So we got some good food going down, as what Snow's saying there. We have got the big camera out here, and there are birds bouncing all around in these bushes. There goes a couple right now. They're a little skittish right now because we're making a lot of noise back here. But we got some firewood on deck. We also got some fire in the fire pit ready to go. It's still a little bit early to get that cranked. And oh yeah, we're in South Africa. Of course we got to do a little braai. And so we got that going. We're gonna let that fire burn down and let those coals get good and hot. And we got some steaks and probably some zucchinis we're gonna throw on the grill. We're gonna shoot some birds. We're gonna have some snacks, and we're gonna have a soak.
Have a bottle of wine.
And we're gonna have a fun time, guys.
Hey, you couldn't see it coming. You might have thought it, but you couldn't change it. Hey, it's not right or wrong. It's about trying, find the silver lining. Rain and fire, highs and lows, you name it. Cold and warmth, laughs and cries, you have it. The world goes by, and by the time it does, you missed it. You didn't see it, flew by. 'Cause time's not waiting for me or you. You will miss it if you don't catch it in time. In time. Say yes.
Cheers, guys. Always great to have you along.
Well, it has been a pretty relaxing night, hasn't it, Curt? Well, Curt had to keep 3 fires going.
I got the trifecta going. I got the grill, the fire pit, and the spa going all at once, and it was a juggling act. Beautiful sunset tonight.
Yeah.
The weather actually, it was kind of rainy all day, cleared up tonight for this, and we just had a good time out here. Just
Yeah, getting
hanging
outside
out.
of the van, having a table, having all this space to ourselves. Curt told you about the sunset. There's the last little bit of it right over there. And we decided to go no steaks because we got full on the snack trays. So we're just gonna have the stuffed mushrooms on the grill. We finished off our bottle of wine. After the mushrooms, we will go over there and get in the hot tub and call it a night. Pretty nice glamping site. Well, we left our glamping hot tub site this morning. Had a very relaxing night in the hot tub. Slept like babies last night. Literally just walked from the hot tub straight to bed. And even didn't do the dishes. Had to get up and do them this morning. But now we've driven about 20 minutes up the road to the outskirts of a little town called Sedgefield, where we are going to have coffee with some subscribers that reached out to us. So we're parked in this nice big grass parking lot that they picked out for us and said it would be a nice place to walk the kitties. And they were right.
G had a good walk.
Yeah, G had a good walk. Vanna had no interest. I tried to take her out and she just was not interested. So we are here. We will be meeting them in a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. And then tonight, if things go well, we'll be doing some wild camping in a pretty cool little town. Right, Curt?
Let's get wild.
Can you tell me what your name is?
Alexandra.
Alexandra. And what is
Elizabeth.
And this is Elizabeth. And what did you give us here?
Wait, I forgot the cat's name.
Vanna. Or G. G, the one with polka dots is G.
Yeah. The eye colours went different because I lost the one pen.
No, it's perfect. Look at that. We got a little thing that can stay with us. And we'll definitely hang this somewhere in the van.
Thank you, Alexandra.
That was awesome.
Woo! That was a fun time.
It was, guys. It's not something we get to do often. The timing doesn't usually work out. But Elizabeth messaged me, and things did kind of work out that we were going to get to meet up with them. And the fun part is that it was her granddaughter, Alexandria. It was her birthday, her 11th birthday. So they did some rearranging of the planned birthday activities so that they could come have the coffee with us. And a whole family showed up. Sons, daughters, aunts, uncles, everybody. And it was fantastic. We had coffee, and I let Alexandria pick out my dessert. So I had a big chocolate chip cookie that she said was the best cookie on the world. And I think she is a cookie connoisseur because that was a good cookie. Curt had a brownie and some coffee. And we just sat there and got to hang out with the family a little bit. And it was a lot of fun. And then right before half of them had to leave, I took her out to get to meet the kitty cats in the van. And then she headed off for the rest of her birthday celebration. And we stayed with Elizabeth and Rossi, who took us about a mile down the road to a little local restaurant. Monte Cristo's or something like that. But it was delicious. We all had the specialty, which was a Portuguese style filet cooked on these kebab things with some yummy Portuguese bread, and it was delicious. But what was even better was the company. We always like talking to locals. You get a really good feel for a country that way. And it was a really nice half a day spent with those guys in the nice little charming town of Sedgefield. So thank you very, very much, guys. It was perfect.
We had a great time, and thanks for sharing all the information about your country and this little area. And yeah, just thanks for the quality time.
Yeah. But now we are headed 30 minutes down the road to Knysna, which is our next destination, where we hope we can scope out a wild camping spot. We have 3 options, so out of the 3, hopefully one works out. So let's go on a ride. It's supposed to be a pretty ride.
And just to kind of be transparent here, I'm having a hard time pronouncing these city names here in South Africa. Now, a lot of them have Afrikaans names, but some of them also take on various tribal names as well, or from like the local indigenous people. I hope I didn't say that wrong.
So many different local languages.
In any event, they're tough to pronounce and all that. And so this town, I was like, Knysna, or trying to pronounce it, and instead it's
Knysna.
And so
we had that one way wrong, but now we've got it right.
So anyway, we're on the way.
Take the next left onto Thornley Road.
We have made it to our wild camping spot that is a little waterside park in this nice residential community. The kitties have already had their walk. It's even level. We're backed up into the corner, so we're not blocking anyone's view or blocking too much parking. There's no signs that say we can't park overnight. And look at this, guys. Look at this blue, crystal clear water. And what I will tell you is that we're very close to a very famous landmark here in Knysna. If you look to the right, this river type thing takes you to the lagoon, from which we understand is famous for oysters. But if you look to the left, that opening right there in the distance, that takes you out into the Indian Ocean. And each side of that is called the Knysna Heads. Now we hope to get up on top and get a view, because up close to those rocky edges where the Indian Ocean meets this river lagoon area is supposed to be breathtaking. But there is nothing wrong with this view for a day, is there, Curt?
It's beautiful, looking right up the causeway. You can just see the big giant waves crashing out there in the ocean. We got some sailboats coming down here. You can feel a strong breeze, but it is beautiful.
Yeah, now we need to decide whether we're gonna do the touristy attraction here of going out on one of the boat lagoon tours. We're undecided. That's what I think these boats are. I think some of them are gonna be just the lagoon tours that bring you from the lagoon, the marina area of town where we just drove through, out to this little river section, which Curt called a causeway, take you to those famous landmarks, the Knysna Heads. But for now, we're gonna open up the door, relax a little. We need to open up our goodie bag. Our friends back in Sedgefield not only treated us to lunch and coffee and a good time, but they sent us off with a gift. So we need to open that up and see what we've got in there. It's supposed to be a bunch of local specialties. But here's the park sign. So the name of this place is Thornley Park. And we found it on the trusty iOverlander app. Beautiful, guys, beautiful. We had a really nice night at that wild camping spot last night. Woke up to beautiful views over the lagoon here in Knysna. It's definitely a little local park. A lot of people came to walk their dogs, and some people even went swimming in this really cold water out here. I asked Google the temperatures, and it would be about 62 degrees, something like that is what they estimated it would be. So that is some cold swimming water. But anyway, we left this morning because you guys are not going to believe this. I don't know why everything has to go wrong at the exact same time. And this isn't the end of the world, but it is something we need to deal with. Our second alternator that charges our house batteries, not the alternator that runs the van engine, not something that came when we bought this from Mercedes, something we added later. An alternator that when we're driving can send power back to our batteries and charge them up. That is a second way we can charge instead of just being reliant on solar power. That's really important if you get into some really rainy times and stuff like that. That system quit working. So we have gotten up early this morning, driven into the city. We found a mechanic shop here. It works on alternators. The guy has come out. We're parked on the side of the road here, kind of half in the road, half off, because we're too big for the parking lot. But he has come out and they're running some checks. Him and Curt are talking through things. And it could be two things. The alternator could have gone bad. If that's the situation, that's not the end of the world because we have a spare alternator. The next thing that could be bad is something that went wrong actually when we were just up in the UK a little over a year ago. And that would be the regulator, a little like computer brain thing that tells the second alternator how much energy to put out or something like that. It's called a bomber regulator, and that thing could have gone bad. We do not have a backup one of those, and if that's what it is, we would likely have to figure out how to get it shipped in, which won't be easy. But first, we have to figure out exactly what the problem is. Now, what's nice about living in a van is we rolled out of our campsite bright and early to be at this mechanic shop when they opened, and I didn't even have to get out of my pajamas. In fact, I still have on my slipper socks. So hopefully I don't have to get out because I am full on in pajama mode, but Curt's out dealing with it and we'll get the verdicts when he gets back in.
Woo! I am starting to feel like a bit of a fireman here, putting out fires. We seems like we just get over one hurdle and encounter another one. Snow, I think, has already told you that for some reason our alternator is not charging. We went up to the alternator shop and had them tested, and it's kind of a good news, bad news story. The alternator's putting out juice. Our regulator appears to be dead. It's not functioning properly, and we began the process of trying to find another one. Now, if you guys were following along closely, back when we were in Europe, we had this same part go out. We were able to find one in the UK. It was tough, but we found one. So these things don't have a good global supply chain. And here in Knysna, they said a couple of shops, including the boat, the marinas, which this is kind of a marine application, so we thought maybe they'd have them. They said we have to go back to the city of George. And so that's where we're headed right now, to see if we can find some sort of DC to DC regulator to go from our alternator to our battery bank. Lots of things to update you guys on, but first let's update you on our electrical system. So again, we identified that our Balmer regulator has died again, and so we have located one. We're sitting here trying to work out the shipping situation for that inverter they have, or for that regulator. They have it in Cape Town. I talked to them this morning. That's the good news. It looks like they're going to be able to ship it to us, and we'll either get it here tomorrow or the next day. So we've got to do an international bank wire payment or whatever. Anyway, that's on the way, so that's great news. It's kind of a plug and play item, so it won't be too difficult to install. We did backtrack to George to try to find it. We backtracked even a little bit more, and we're here at this nice little campsite now. We have been in this area before, but the campsite was closed. So anyway, they're open this time, and it has proven to be a nice place. We've definitely been able to get the cats out for the walk, and G particularly loves this place. There's a couple other cats around here, and so he loves to kind of get on their scent and try to figure out where they are so he can assert his dominance. But anyway, it's been a beautiful spot. We've been getting caught up on some work, and there have been some people here who watch our channel and recognized us. So they know that I like to go for walks, and recommended this walk down this beach where there's a shipwreck. So I'm headed there right now to go walk on the beach. And oh, by the way, I have to keep an eye on the tides, because apparently I kind of have to go around some rocks, and at high tide it's inaccessible. So we've only got a few hours to do this, so let's get going. And so this is another thing that makes this campground great. But right here is the restaurant, and you can see they have a seafood restaurant upstairs, a cafe downstairs, and the breakfast there is Curt style delicious. The coffees are great. They also have like little cakes and treats that are good for a coffee break. And the seafood upstairs is to die for. But they've had some damage to their seawall here, and they're over there working on it, so the normal access is kind of non-existent until they get it repaired. But they've got a nice little place here to drop down to the beach, and that's where we're headed, and down the coast to see if we can find the shipwreck.
All right, so I've been working my way down the coast and I'm making some pretty good time. You can see the mountain behind me, but down there where the excavator is on the beach is where I came from. And you can see as we get up closer to these mountains how steep and sheer they are. And what's cool, at least for me, is they're just covered in green vegetation. And I love greenery. And the rocks are jagged and the waves are crashing. And you guys can probably already tell I am at a happy place. I love being out in the nature. I love walks. Snow and I both always love being near water, whether it's the sea or the ocean or a river or a lake. And this happens to be the Indian Ocean right here. You can see the tide is still high. Now I thought the tide would be low when I got here, so my information was wrong because the tide's been going out while I'm standing here. So I can't get around this rock, which is what I thought I was gonna have to do or be able to do. So I'm gonna scale up these rocks right here to see what it looks like on the other side. So let's do this. Ow, these rocks are a little bit wet, so I just gotta be careful up through here. I don't know. They don't appear to be slippery. You guys kind of see what's going on here. All right. Let's just see what's on this other side here. So we got a ways more to go up through here. Oh yeah, it's all rocks over here. So I don't even really see a beach. All right, there was my first sort of bigger obstacle. Had to come down that, and still kind of working my way up through these rocks. And I've come to learn that I'm gonna have to keep moving on around these rocks, and there's another beach over there. Now, this is a neap tide, meaning it's not gonna go out far enough where we can walk around in the sand. So on a low tide, good low tide, you can just walk around. That's not the case today, so I don't know if we're gonna see the shipwreck based on the tides, but either way, we gotta move this way. And this trail actually turned into a little path up here. As we speak, look at this lizard. He's got a blue, like, fuzz on his head. How cool is that, guys? Anyway, as I was saying, a little trail is formed up along here. Pretty flower. Come to a dead end that way. Can't get around. Plunges down to the sea. So I guess I gotta scamper up this over here.
That looks like my path through. That's another scamper that's pretty steep. And well, these rocks are pretty rugged. And so they're pretty cool and pretty fun. They are a little bit technical. Fun. Woo, super cool. And look at this stunning view along the coast here. And the only way to move forward is to continue climbing around in these rocks. And if you can see down there, somewhere up here, I got, it looks like another straight down and then scamper along the beach over to there. Unfortunately, the tide's low enough to get up through there. I wouldn't want to have to climb up around there and get out another way. But I think we're gonna go ahead and keep moving forward. I think the tide's going out, so I think we're gonna be okay. That's what I'm counting on. So let's go get down this because this tide will eventually come up. So we got to get moving. All right, guys, I'm breathing a little bit hard, but you can see I made it down here to the beach. But I had to come down this right here, and it's pretty steep and it's pretty slippery. So I couldn't film, and I had to use all my hands and my butt and everything to get down that. So anyway, this is the area right here. As we walk around, you'll see the tide's right here and the pathway is right over there. So we got to get around and back before the tide comes up and cuts us off. Oh, you can see right there, the tide's coming up right there. So I got to figure out, I guess, how to get through here. Look at this, guys. This is beautiful. We're coming up through here and you can see where the ocean has carved part of the stone wall off. It is just slowly capturing it back into the sea. What a beautiful place. Look at that. Nice little canyon through there. I love that stuff. And we're actually coming out here, and we're kind of on a beach. And see these footprints here in front of me. These were people that passed by. That's how I know the shipwreck's further up here. Look at this. I got my backpack, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to squeeze through there. Squeeze through there. Wow, look at this, guys. A little hidden beach. This is a problem. Let me show you. This is straight up. I mean, in some places you're kind of under the rocks and you kind of got to scooch around and work your way around. You try to find a way up. And I know that because I didn't film it, but I went up there trying to look for the path over the top. And I will tell you, it got sketchy out there. I didn't feel comfortable and I wanted to get down. And additionally, up above it, if you can see, there's all that grass and bush. I didn't see a path, even if I got up there, where somebody else had gone up over there. So I definitely didn't want to push on, and I didn't feel comfortable with that situation, so I wanted to get out of it. Another thing here is, and a lot of these footprints are mine now, but there wasn't any footprints in the sand when I got here. I couldn't figure out what was going on because, well, if they didn't go up there, they could have gone up here through the rocks, but I didn't see a trail up through here either. So anyway, guys, I just don't know how to get over there. Otherwise, I would. And I'm gonna pop the drone up and see what I can see. Maybe we can find the shipwreck from here. If not, I'll give you a bird's eye view of this beautiful place.
In the town on the hill where the apples grow, the church bells ring every hour or so. I took a little walk just to see the ships coming in. The sun rose up right above the highway. Black, blue, red, yellow, golden skyway. It's like the day that you jump into the wind. I can't go back down to that water again. These old muddy shoes keep on walking the streets. Someone's bride buying Egyptian sheets. The window display of some little store in town. And there's my reflection against the morning light. Hello, Mr. Ghost, Mr. Skeleton White. You better comb your hair, you better wipe that George Clay off your brow. You better stand up straight, man, these people hardly recognize you now. Lord, carry me like a sailing ship. Comfort me before I slip around the dark side of the moon. All this spinning around hurts my head. I just sit here lonesome for you. There's a million things I would rather do instead. I know it takes a lot to change a worried mind, and I know it takes a year to see the warm summertime. But I'm made of nails, man, made of tombstone and tall, tall trees. But the tombstone fades and the nails will rust. The tall oak trees, they all turn to dust. A little every day, it's so slow that you can't even see. I guess I'll try to find another thing.
You guys see behind me, we're about halfway up. Just working through this climb. Yeah. We made it. Woo.
Curt survived this hike along the beach, although he does seem a little tired and wore out. But I walked up and met him at the little local restaurant by our campsite for lunch. Now we're gonna walk back to the van and do a little editing, wait a little bit more on this part, But I think this is a good time to wind this video down. We'll see you guys in a few days, hopefully with part in hand. Cheers.
See you guys.
If you liked this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps us a lot. And if you want to see more of our videos, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you know when new videos come out. We'll see you guys in a few days from somewhere out here in the world. Cheers.